Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Fit Fighter, the podcast gym of inspirational gym talk. I am your host, personal trainer, group fitness instructor, and fellow fitness goer, TJ Williams, giving you the insider of my fitness adventures, discussing and analyzing fitness-based subjects, and highlighting individuals involved in fitness, past, present, and future. All right, so I got a guest this week coming from East Aurora, New York, originally from Niagara Falls. A good friend of mine. Worked with her many times. Of course, she owns a fitness studio out in East Aurora on Track Fitness. And let me introduce you to Sarah Liddle. How you doing?
Good. Happy to be here.
Yeah. Oh, so of course, this is my first guest on the show. So, Sarah, can you give us a brief description of your background?
Sure. So like you said, I run On Track Fitness and Wellness, which used to be its own single studio, but then COVID hit, and now I am located inside a yoga studio, Creative Wellness, on Main Street in East Aurora. For me, having my own studio was never a dream or a goal that I had. So it's kind of cool that this is where I ended up. But fitness has been a big part of my life for probably 15 years now. Not even, probably 12 years. Really just the goal was to start, taking care of my own health, and then just on that journey kind of fell in love with it and wanted to share it with other people.
Awesome. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Me and you are getting a time machine. I say Back to the Future DeLorean type time machine. I say flux capacitor, 88 miles per hour, 1.21 gigawatts on the flux capacitor, and we're going straight back to pass.
All right.
All right. So definitely, of course, I'm gonna do the driving, you're gonna do the shoulder directions.
Excellent.
All right. All right. So the first question is describe yourself before getting into fitness.
Ooh, okay. Before getting to fitness, well, I had 4 kids, so I was overweight, 60 pounds overweight to be exact, and didn't really do much. I would go for walks and stuff like that, but I didn't ever exercise really. I never was into any sports or anything because I was homeschooled, so really had no idea anything about fitness or health or diet or anything. Always felt sick, didn't even realize I felt sick just because I was constantly feeling sick. So it just felt normal to me to be sick. No energy at all. And yeah, just kind of lethargic and living life.
Yeah, I can relate to that. And I mean, I'm pretty much the same way, overweight, and didn't get much to in getting activities until I started karate. So that I pretty much can relate, like just being sick and all that. But things change when fitness hits your life.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what was your push getting into fitness? I mean, what was that envy, pretty much?
Well, definitely my kids. Like I said, I had 4 of them, and my youngest was about 3 years old when I realized I had no energy and I needed to do something different. I was working at Wegmans at the time, and I remember seeing people buying all these different things that I really had no idea what they were, like different fruits and vegetables that I'd never even heard of, and started just kind of doing research on health, and started eating better. And then I finally joined a gym. I was always too scared to join a gym, so I finally started joining a gym and exercising more. And it was definitely my kids that were my motivation in the beginning.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, that's always the biggest motivation. Your kids. It's like they need you the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So definitely, you're in the fitness now. What was your biggest or slash difficult challenge starting out?
Being self-motivated. Like I said, I joined a gym, but for me, I really wanted somebody else to kind of help push me. So I tried to get some workout buddies, and for a little while they'd come with me, but then timing just didn't work out. And so I could use the excuse to just be like, oh, well, my workout buddy can't go with me, or I could go and do it myself. And there were a lot of days when I didn't want to do it myself, but finding that self-motivation was the hardest part, but definitely the most beneficial.
Uh, yeah, definitely. Like if you don't know what to do, I mean, you have to like seek some help out there.
Yeah.
People that been down the road and at least they know where to start. Right. So,
Right.
yes. So for me, it's like when I got started, it's like I didn't have no idea. So I went straight to like the elliptical. I mean, I used that first, like kind of give me a motivation. So that's pretty much how I started. And from there, just like switched to different things. And then kind of from there, it's just like I was a beast.
Yeah, you find something that gives you, a little bit of confidence to try something else, and then that gives you more confidence, and you just keep growing from there.
Yeah. I can still say I hold the record of the most minutes on the elliptical. Uh,
How many?
2 hours and 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh, that's
That,
awesome.
well, that's when World Gym was around. And then of course,
Yeah,
yeah, they had a lot of ellipticals. So
yeah.
uh, all right. So going into your goal, I mean, you said owning a gym was or owning a studio wasn't your goal, but what was your goal toward fitness in general?
Yeah, so that's a good question. Really, originally, the goal was to lose weight. I would look in the mirror and I hated what I saw, and I wanted to be skinny, and I wanted to look like everybody else that I thought looked good, and I just didn't see that for myself. But the funny thing is, my goal changed as I started getting healthier. And before I even ever lost any weight, when I first started changing my diet and started feeling healthier, I actually realized that my mental health was more important than my physical health. And the fact that I was looking in the mirror and seeing something I hated was not a good thing. I needed to care about myself and love myself as I was before I could change anything. And it wasn't until then that I finally started to actually see physical changes too, when I started changing my outlook. So the goal changed from losing weight to just being healthy.
Yeah, I definitely can relate to at least you got to be at least mentally capable before you get like physical. You gotta have like both of those to make sure you reach your fitness goal.
Right.
So, and it's kind of hard with somebody with of course a lot of people have to deal with mental health issues, and then it gets crazy, and from there it just goes like a downward spiral.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So uh all right. Who would you look up to while you was on your journey? Who's like the one person that you looked up to?
There wasn't just one person.
Oh yeah.
I definitely, sought out as many people that I could look to for advice and guidance along the way, but there was a few people specifically that come to mind. There was one woman who taught a class at the YMCA in Auburn that I used to go to, because I've moved all over the place. So when I lived in Auburn, I went to the YMCA, and she was just so incredibly encouraging. She taught a class called Willpower and Grace, and I don't know what it was about the class or what it was about her, but something about it just kept me going. Like, I just sought out that class specifically just for that encouragement. And then I had another friend, Kelly, who took me to my first Zumba class. I think that's when I started falling in love with group fitness, because it was just so much fun. And she was, the one who was just like, you just got to try it. Didn't let me make any excuses. She just dragged me to it, and I went to it, and it was so much fun. I was so thankful for that, and then took off from there. And then, after moving to Niagara Falls, Curtis and Tabby at the gym there, they were definitely the encouragers that got me on track to say on track. That's my business name,
Yeah.
but got me on track to becoming an instructor. So they were a huge help in that aspect.
Yeah, I think that was like my envy. I see like all you were like becoming instructors, like taking the class, and then it was like I say, that's it. I have to be an instructor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't until like 2016 when of course after I got laid off of my full-time job and I was stuck at working tops, which the job I hated.
Right.
Right. And then from there, it's like, I mean, people was asking me to like if I was going to be an instructor. It's like I kind of ignored it for a while, and then it's like, I believe I can do this.
Yeah, you get
And
enough people asking you and you realize, oh wait, there's something there. Yeah,
yeah.
Curtis was the first one to ask me, and he said, there's this one class, and every time I see people doing it, I think of you, and you got to teach this class. And that class, of course, was body flow, and that was the
Oh,
first thing I got certified in. So yeah.
all right. Oh yeah. Speaking of almost the Les Mills classes, like how many you had like three, you got certified in three, right?
4. I've
Oh,
got
four.
body combat, body pump,
CX
body
works.
flow, and then CX works, which is now Les Mills core. But yes, all 4 of them.
Yeah. Well, which one would be your like toughest challenge?
The toughest challenge to like the actual certification would have
Yeah.
been combat. Combat was the hardest, I think,
Yeah.
which for you, I feel like you already have that background with martial arts and everything that it was probably, at least you had that going for you. I couldn't do
Yeah.
anything when I started.
Yeah. I mean, I remember my 2-day training. It's like I could still remember the instructor's name, Lisa Gregory. I mean, she was my instructor for 2 days. And
Yeah, you don't forget them.
yeah, of course I had to be like kind of draw attention to myself saying I know Chuck Norris. I mean, I told her first and then she kind of mentioned it in the class and then everybody was looking confused. And then I'm sitting here raising my hand slowly, like, hello.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So it was definitely nice to actually get certified in there. It's like from even from when I did my training and then of course getting certified, it seems like I made like an impact within a year. Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Got my own class. And then from there, people would be not asking me, but begging me to sub for them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And on that note, I have clients who are asking me when you're coming back to teach again. So you got to come visit sometime soon.
Yeah. I got to get back to combat. I mean, I still got the releases, so I got to get back into that. Yeah.
So good at
Yeah. We'll chat about that later. So let's see what's going
it.
on there. All right. So what subjects would you like people to know about fitness? Like if somebody's starting out and have no idea, I mean, what would you want them to know about fitness?
I think, there's so much to know. There's so many different aspects of fitness to know. What I personally want everybody, my message that I want to get across to everybody is that fitness is for everybody. Everybody can do some form of fitness and everybody should be doing some sort of fitness. Fitness isn't about your physical appearance. It's about your health, about your well-being, and you got to love what you're doing. So you got to find what fitness works for you. So, I know people who just love to run, can run anytime, can run miles and miles on end. I hate running. That's not me.
Yeah.
Now, Zumba, I could do that for hours on end, and some people absolutely hate it, can't stand dancing. But there's always something, no matter what your physical abilities, there's always something that's going to get you that fitness aspect, that gets your heart rate up and gives you that good mental feeling. So for me, it's fitness is for everyone. Everyone has some sort of ability.
Yeah, it's just like different categories. It's like based on your limitations or like if you're dealing with an injury. I mean,
Right.
you wouldn't want to go out running if you have a knee injury. If you,
Exactly. Yeah.
and for me, it's like I kind of got um kind of stopped doing reps, like trying to count my reps. I just did like time bouts. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, because that's more easy for me, like a quick workout, just use time bouts.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like pretty much my goal right there. Just getting better with fitness. Hey, uh,
Yeah.
I think it was a lot better for me when I had to have a full-time job. I had a lot of time on my head to go out work out, and
Right.
like, and now it's like I try to find some time to do some fitness. At least I try to get in before I go to work.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just throw in a few minutes anytime you can. Yeah.
yeah. All right. So, is there any motivational or inspiring quotes that describe your fitness journey?
I have a shirt that I bought probably 10 years ago and I still wear it all the time. It says every workout counts. And I love that shirt just because it's true. And like you were just saying, any time that you can fit in a workout, you had a ton of time when you weren't working as much and you could work a workout anytime you wanted. But even those little ones that you can fit in a busy day or, some meditation time before you go to sleep, all of it counts. All of it counts towards your fitness journey. And I really like that. Another quote that I actually just saw a couple of years ago, it said, "A year from now, you'll wish you started today." And the first time I read it, it kind of sounded negative. Like it kind of
Yeah.
sounded like, you're not doing anything and you're gonna wish that you had. But then I
Yeah.
realized it actually was like a challenge. Like this is today. And in a year, you'll wish you had started today. And you're here now in today. So just do it. And it's funny because I actually saw it at a ski down at Kissing Bridge at the ski resort there. And I am not a skier and never have been, but my mid 30s, I read that and I thought, you know what? It's true. If I don't start today, in a year from now, I'm going to wish that I did. So I got some skis and I started skiing. So
Yeah.
I'm still not very good at it, but I enjoy doing it once in a while. And yeah, the quote works for me.
Yeah. I don't think I'll do any skiing. I'll skate, I'll ice skate, but not skiing.
Yeah, I love ice skating, and everybody's always like, "Oh, you can skate, you could ski too," but no, they're not the same.
Yeah. I don't think nobody mistake you for like a gold medalist or Olympic
No,
gold medalist.
definitely not. Never, never.
Uh, all right, so we're ready to our hitting gym segment of the interview. All right, so there's going to be 7 questions I'm going to ask you. So this is going to be like at the best of your ability. All right. Okay, first question is the best advice that you ever gotten.
The best advice I've gotten, that actually came from Curtis. He once said to me, "You're only as good as your last workout." And again, it kind of sounds negative, but it stuck with me. And every time I teach as an instructor, I always tell myself, okay, I'm only as good as the last workout I did. So every workout, I've got to bring my best. I've got to do my best. And even if my best isn't that great that day, as long as I gave it my best for my clients, because that's what they deserve, then I'm good. And I don't know, just something about that quote really, that advice really helped me.
Yeah, you're not looking to be like Olympic gold medalist. I mean, you're just doing a
Right.
workout. All right, next one. Worst advice you ever gotten.
That would be in a yoga class. I was taking a yoga class, one of the first ones I'd ever taken, and I had zero flexibility. And I'm watching the instructor, and she just moved so gracefully, and she could get into these poses and stretch every direction. So after the class, I went to her and I was like, "Hey, what do I need to do?" Now being an instructor, I know what I would have, what the answer should have been. But I asked her, "What do I need to do to get that flexibility?" And she said, "I don't know. Some bodies just can't do it." And I walked away feeling so discouraged. Like, don't even try. That's what I
Yeah,
took from it. Like, I don't know. Some bodies are just different. And that's true. All of our bodies are different. All bodies have different capabilities. But at the time, if she had been a little more gracious with me and explained that, it takes work, it takes everyday commitment,
yeah,
and years of practicing and trying, then I would have known that's what I needed. And fortunately, I kept going and kept at it. And now I can say that I finally reached that goal of being able to touch my toes and go into those positions in yoga that I never thought I would get to, especially after what she said. But I overcame it.
yeah. That's that. I mean, yeah, you don't want people to tell you that you're like you don't know what you're gonna do or what, or you don't know how you're gonna get to that point. Just like it comes naturally, pretty much.
Right. There's
Yeah.
going to be things that you can't do, but I'm not going to tell you what you can or can't do. I'm just going to tell you to try your best and keep trying if you have a goal set in your mind that you want to get to.
All right. All right. Next question. I call this a guilty pleasure. How do you reward yourself?
So I don't really like thinking of it as rewarding myself, and especially if we're talking about food, because I feel like when it comes to eating, I want to just do my best overall. And then if I want to eat something that's considered a guilty pleasure, I don't want to feel guilty about it. I just want to eat it. So I
Yeah.
don't really think of it as a reward. I would say rest days are more like my reward. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I worked out enough that I can take a rest, and that's my reward. But I do have some things that are really, really hard for me to pass up, and that would be those cinnamon and sugar donuts that they sell at like the festivals or like the
Oh,
Great Pumpkin Farm,
yeah.
every fall those come out. And I cannot resist them. So that would have to be my guilty pleasure.
Well, I mean, we all try to get rid of guilty pleasures when we're in a fitness journey, but yeah, but we can't get rid of it completely. It's like say if a cheat day, let's go for it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Next one. What famous fitness celebrity would you want to work out with?
Jillian Michaels.
Oh,
100%. Oh my God, I'm in love with her. Like, she's just amazing. I used to do her videos before I started going to a gym. I bought some of her videos just to try to get in shape before going to a gym. And I used to scream at my television yelling at her because she would be so difficult to follow, but she was amazing. And I'm so inspired by her. So, and she's
yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah. I still think of those times when she's on Biggest Loser.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I used to watch that show a lot. I mean, especially when I was in definitely working out is a lot and getting like in shape. And that's like I
Yeah,
watch that show, and you
it
know,
was inspiring. I think I cried a few episodes for sure.
yeah, it's like I was like it's sometimes it was hard for me to watch that show because of the people were just like trying to get their self back in shape and or at least trying to get in shape. It's like I'm trying to prevent to get back to there, but it's just I just like I had to watch, just remind myself like what I did to get to where I am today. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Secret talent.
That's a hard one. I don't really think I have a secret talent. I love to sing and I think I'm
Yeah.
okay at it, but it's not
Yeah.
really a secret. I just kind of sing all the time. Not in public, but on my own.
Yeah. Well, of course, voice impersonation would be my secret talent. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. See if I can fool somebody with James Earl Jones. Yeah. I get a lot of that from Lion King.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm Lion King fanatic.
Well, I haven't heard that one.
Oh, you ever heard the
Your impression.
all right, Simba, everything light touches is our kingdom. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. If you were in a movie, what kind of movie would it be?
It'd have to be like a superhero kind of Avenger style movie. Um, I always admire all the Avengers, but especially the female Avengers.
Yeah.
But if I if I was gonna play like a specific person in a movie, if they ever did like a live action Incredibles movie, I would be Elastigirl 100%.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Like fighting for her kids, but like super stretchy all over the place and snarky. Yeah.
And for me, I'd probably go for like a Pee Wee Herman movie. Yeah.
That's great.
I don't know. It's just like it'll be a different version of Pee Wee Herman. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
instead of running into like a trucker that's used to be a ghost or something, and then it's just like something different.
Yeah. That'd be interesting for sure. I'd watch that.
All right, final question. 10 years from now.
I just finally started going back to school this past semester,
Hmm.
getting my business degree, and not really even sure what I want to do with it, but just kind of living my life right now to take a new adventure. And I think 10 years from now, I kind of want to be doing the same thing, just like getting educated and then educating other people about fitness. And I'd like to maybe own an actual gym someday. So I'm hoping maybe a business
Yep.
degree would help me in that aspect, but definitely want to stay in the fitness industry.
Yeah. Hey, did you come back from Vegas?
I did, yeah.
Oh,
Just
oh,
got back on Sunday.
just it's still hot over there.
It's hot compared to here.
Oh yeah.
It was like 50 degrees out, 60 degrees out during the day, but it's so sunny that it felt so hot to me. So I wasn't wearing a coat or anything. It was nice to be in the sun.
Yeah. I better off going to July. That's where the sun hits its peak.
I
Yeah.
can't imagine. I think I would just be burnt,
Yeah. I mean,
dried up, shriveled up.
yeah, try to have some of my energy.
Oh my gosh. A lot of water. Carry that gallon of water everywhere, right?
Yeah. Well, mostly I'm inside because of the convention.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, of course, we are back to where we started. Is there any last minute words that you like to say to our listeners out there?
Uh, no, just keep on listening. I'm excited about this venture for you. I think that you're going to have a great podcast here, and hopefully you get a lot of listeners and people follow some of your advice and learn a lot more about fitness.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So, thank you very much for joining me on this for this week. All right,
Thanks for having me.
All right, so definitely I might ask for you to return. So if you got any like other advice or other like subjects you like to talk about, feel free to come on the show. At least
All right.
get the positivity of fitness out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to.
All right, I'm gonna do my little closing to this show. So before we close out, I'm gonna say thanks to all the listeners that are out there. Well, once the listeners start listening to this, all right, make sure you tune into my episodes on the bicbpradio.com, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And I'll see you next time for another episode here at the Fit Fight Dojo or Fit Fighter. I call it a Fit Fighter Dojo. That's what it is. It's a fighting. We're fighting. All right. So this is your host, TJ Williams, cooling you off. All right.